Hi, my name is McKenna, and today I'm going to be talking about how to achieve the perfect golf game. Now, you may be wondering how it is possible to do this because golf is such a complex sport, but the answer is all in the physics behind each type of shot. Now, there are three main types of golf shots, and the physics behind each of them is different. There's full swing shots, which are performed with irons and drivers, and this is what a driver looks like. It's the club that gives you the most distance. And then this is what one type of iron looks like. And this is a 7 iron, but most golfers keep 7, 8, 9, and even 4 and 5 irons in their bag. And then there are chip shots, which are performed with wedges, such as these wedges. This is a 60-degree wedge right here, and this is a sand wedge right here. And then you have putting, which is performed with a putter such as this. And the putter is the shortest club in the bag. The biggest difference between clubs is the loft, or the angle at which the club face is set on the shaft of the club. And the loft on the club controls the trajectory of the shot. And clubs, like drivers, like I'll show you, have a very low loft, so it's pretty much flat, the way that the face lines up with the shaft. And this driver is lofted at 10.5 degrees right now, so it's a very slight angle, which makes the ball fly off of the face in a flatter direction. And then irons are lofted in different ways, but they typically are between 25 and 35 degrees, and this is a 7 iron, so this is a very moderately lofted club. But then wedges are lofted much more, and lots of wedges are named based on the angle at which they're lofted. So this is a 60-degree wedge. So this is the most lofted club in my bag, and you can see it's at a very large angle, so whenever the ball bounces off of the face, it goes very high instead of far. And then this is a 56-degree wedge, which means that it's lofted at 56 degrees. The ball itself has features that alter the trajectory of the ball. And as you can see, the ball has little dimples all over it, like these little holes that are on it. And the dimples cause the ball to spin. And the direction in which the ball spins also depends on the way that the club face hit the ball. So if the club face hits the ball straight, then it'll fly straight, but then if the club face is curved, then that'll cause the ball to go in a different direction. And also, different balls have different spin coefficients, and the spin coefficient determines how easily the ball grips onto the club face. So usually amateur golfers will use a ball with a higher spin coefficient so they can more easily control the ball even though they don't have the perfect swing to do that. And this is a free body diagram of the trajectory of a golf ball. So you have the applied force of the club right here, then the X and Y component of the ball moving forward, and then you have the resistance of the air, and then you have the force of gravity pulling the ball down. Now, for the physics of the golf swing itself, the main focus of the swing is the transfer of energy from the club to the ball. And in order to properly transfer energy, you need to have stability in your stance. So it's better to swing under more control with less speed rather than more speed and less control, so that way you strike the ball cleanly. And the maximum velocity of the swing needs to happen at the very bottom, right whenever the club face hits the ball, to give you maximum distance on the shot, because there'll be more force pushing the ball forward. So lastly, I'm going to talk about the physics behind putting. So the hole itself is 4.25 inches wide with a margin of error of about 1 inch on either side. So even if your putt isn't perfect, you still could get lucky and make it. But in order to not leave the putt short of the hole, it's smart to aim behind the hole so that way you don't leave it short and give yourself no chance of making the putt. And also, if there are slopes on the green, which there usually are, you need to aim around those in order to be able to sink the putt. So if the green was sloped one way, then you would want to aim going the other way so that we would ride down the slope towards the hole. And you have to read each putt before you hit it to determine which way the slopes are going and how intense they are, so you can determine how far you need to aim in order to make the putt.